find your lack of faith disturbing.
An elegant weapon for a more civilized age.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to replace my tank. It's coming apart inside there. Guess the juice is eating at that, the rubber. Welcome to Darth Vapor. And today I am going to do a reaction video to She-Hulk, Season 1, Episode 1. It's not a review. I don't think there will be any spoilers in here, but be forewarned in case I goof up. Another Disney Plus Marvel show that I have not been looking forward to. I mean, I'm not against it. I just have no emotional connection to the character. But I watched it this morning, today. It was released today, Thursday, August 18th. In fact, I watched it twice, in a row even. And then, of course, I checked YouTube to see what some of the other YouTube channels are saying. And there's a whole lot of the typical woke garbage. You know, that knee-jerk reaction. You know, a knee-jerk reaction? Right? When you think somebody's going to knee you in the groin, you lift up your leg. That's a knee-jerk reaction. They're trashing men. She hates men. Just a bunch of hyperbole that it just serves to feed the people who already lean towards that mentality. Don't get me wrong. I am a conservative person. That's conservative with little c. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am an independent. But in my life, I'm a very conservative person. In fact, there's a very I just said very again. There's a new show on Netflix that a lot of people are talking about, and it may or may not have to do with dreams and things such as that. And I was excited to watch it. Got about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 episodes in, and I had to stop watching it. But getting back to She-Hulk. Okay, first the character, Jennifer Walters. I've never cared about She-Hulk. I've never bought a single She-Hulk comic. And I don't think in my 5 or 6 long boxes of comics that I have any issue with her in it at all. I don't know anything about the character, and it's because I've never liked derivative characters. What do I mean by that? With very few exceptions, I don't like them creating a character based on another character. Well, we have Spider-Man, let's make Spider-Woman. Or we have Wonder Woman, who debuted October 21st of 1941. I don't know, have they ever made a Wonder Man, her counterpart, where they have to come up with this entire storyline about how, even though, Paradise Island is just women, somehow there was this man and he became Wonder Man? If the Hulk was originally Jennifer Walters, I wouldn't want them to create a He-Hulk, okay? It reminds me when I was a kid, one of my very favorite TV shows of all time, $6 Million Man. Steve Austin, a man barely alive, but we can rebuild him. Well, they had to come up with the Bionic Woman. Why? Well, it was cool having her in a couple of episodes and whatnot. That was fine. I mean, I liked her as a kid. But when they came out with the Bionic Woman series, I didn't watch that. If they had started off with the Bionic Woman, I wouldn't like a derivative character called the Bionic Man. That's just, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. In fact, Lee Majors, who played Steve Austin, was quoted when told that they were coming out with a Bionic Woman TV series. He called it the $6 million ripoff. And that's what it comes down to. I understand derivative characters. It's a way for these companies to make money. They're just not interesting to me, with the exception of like Batgirl. When I was a kid and we were watching the Batman TV series in reruns and syndication back in the 70s, we did get excited because you would know, based on the intro, Batman, and you see all the cartoons and stuff. Every once in a while, you would see Batgirl coming in on her motorcycle, and you knew she was going to appear in that episode. I like that. Now, with all of that said, this is a reaction video, and I'm going to give my reaction. And I enjoyed episode 1. They changed the origin story, but I don't care because I don't know the character. And I enjoyed the interaction between Bruce and Jen. I like Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. I like his goofiness. I think he's, funny. Now, maybe in real life, Mark Ruffalo may be actually goofy, and he does say things that are inappropriate and just offensive. And I like Tatiana. I think she's a great actress. I thought that they had good chemistry together. I enjoyed that it only took about 2.5 minutes to get to the origin story and the aftermath, and then all the way up to minute number 13, where they began training. And here is where so much of the criticism comes in. Oh, she's a Mary Sue. She's already perfect. She's a better Bruce than Bruce. Of course. That's not true. She's different. Her body reacted differently to the gamma radiation. That's what Bruce is talking about all the way through the show. Hey, this is new territory for me. I wasn't expecting to see that. That's not how it was for me. But don't tell me at any time that Bruce could not take her out. Okay, she's not a better Bruce than Bruce because she's not Bruce. So I had absolutely no problem with this first episode. Now, at the time of recording this video on Rotten Tomatoes, critics, I don't care about critics. They're at 92%. Who cares what they have to say? Average audience score, 66%. Let's see what some of these people say. Okay, 5-star review. I'm going to ignore the 5-star reviews because it doesn't deserve 5 stars. Okay, so that's dumb. Let's look at the low reviews. 1, well, the comics were great and interesting, and if they had stuck to the source material, then the TV show could have been a success too, but it looks like they decided to hire people that can't write or direct. Okay, whatever. Let's go to this one. Horribly inept and poorly written show. It's not funny or witty in the least. Mark me absent. Okay, bye. So far, I prefer She-Hulk in the comics. I don't really like the direction. Okay, well, I've never read them. Much like AOC, so this is a political post, completely political. I did enjoy her big, juicy Latino booty. However, I thought it was a bold choice to make this comedic show not funny. I thought it was even bolder for them to use the exact same animation technology from the first Toy Story. Gosh. Terrible writing, unbelievably bad jokes, and a premise that even with zero training, a woman can do Hulk way better than a man from the very start. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is a ridiculous critique. Here, this one here is actually a pretty good, poor review. The 1-star review is because it's poorly written and poorly produced, not because of a culture war. I can accept that. Not that I have to accept what you think or anything. I'm not insinuating that. This is it right here. It is a politically correct, man-hating show. If you know what's good for the future of culture, I wouldn't recommend this. Knee-jerk reaction. It's a man-hating show. No, it is not. It is not. Just because you say that it is, doesn't make that true. Either that or this person is so insecure. I have just gone off on a big tangent that I didn't mean to go on. I give this episode, the first episode, a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that I watched it. Now, the next episode could be a 0 or a negative number, or it could be a 10. I doubt it. No, it can't be a 10. Barely anything can be a 10. I did see a review where somebody said, this is the worst thing I have ever watched, and I know from that review that that person has never, ever seen Babe, Pig in the City. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for tuning in to Darth Vapor. Go below and do all the YouTube things. And until next time, may the Force be with you.